Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you are all well. I hope all your families are okay, and I hope you're getting on really well with all your college work. So, here is the last P task, which is CP6, which is a review of your website. So, this is how we're going to do it. You're going to have an assignment brief for me. It's really straightforward so far. On this one, it's dead simple. So with CP6, you are reviewing the extent to which your website meets the client and the user requirements. So if you remember, you wrote the client and user requirements in P2. You've had feedback on that, so you've made or are making the corrections on those. You need to make those corrections before you start P6. So make sure all your CP2 corrections have been made. And then it's a very simple task. You'll be given a document to write in, like always, which will look like this. You write your coursework there. Dead simple. You put in your main heading of CP6 review of website, and then two subheadings, client requirements, user requirements. Under each of those two headings, you create a table like this. So there is space for each of your requirements. So underneath the client requirements, you have a table. Underneath the user requirements, you have a table. Very simple. You just paste in the requirements from your final document into each column of the table. Dead simple. In your review of how the site meets the requirements, you need to do three things. First of all, you do need to write in sentences as normal. Definitely no bullet points. Definitely no bullet points in full sentences, please. And in your right-hand column, you're going to write the positive things, or how you have, to what extent you've met the needs of the requirements. You're going to have negative things, which I'll come back to in a minute, and you're going to have possible future improvements or alternatives. The negative one is the one you have to be really careful with. Okay, so when you're writing about the things that to which you haven't quite met the user requirement, you can't identify stuff which you should have picked up in testing. So you can't say like, oh, a hyperlink isn't working, or the background color is too dark and it's difficult to read. So all of those things should have been corrected during your testing. So you can't use things that should have been picked up during testing. I've done A3 sheets, although this is so simple, there's not an awful lot on there. So it's giving you an idea of the table. Paste in each corrected client requirement. Paste in each corrected user requirement. So two separate tables. And again, it makes it clear that the negative must not be things that you corrected, that should have been corrected during your testing. So positive, negative, and future improvements. People always worry about how much they need to write. So I've pulled up Jules from last year, just to show you roughly. Now, I've just made this big so it looks like a lot of writing, but there really isn't a lot of words here. So let's have a look at what Jules wrote for one of his requirements. So his positives were, this was accessibility, that he got alt text working on images, and he sort of talked about why that was important, so people with screen readers can use them. He said during user testing, it was commented that the font was easy to read, navigation was simple. So a simple positive reaction to that requirement. And then the negative. So this is not anything that would have been picked up during testing, which is good, which is what we want. He's saying that basically, although the color scheme that he's chosen is high contrast, so it would have got through testing, all right, the color combination might not have suited everybody's needs. So his future improvement or alternative is that he'd have the addition of some controls to change the color scheme. So his improvement or his future improvement or alternative is a reaction to the negative that he's identified. And that's a really good way of doing it. So you find something that could have been better, and then you talk about the alternative or the future improvement. Okay, so that's P6. Not difficult I think there's probably about 100 words there, maybe just over, maybe 120 words. So 100 words for each one is not difficult. Right, listen, important stuff. Firstly, stay well, stay safe, really important. Look after yourselves, look after your families. The other thing that obviously you're hopefully worried about is your final grades. We still don't know what Ofqual or what your exam board is going to do about our final grades. On the website, if you're looking on the Ofqual website, which you might want to, it still says that they're going to let us know before Easter. But I'm not holding my breath. So we are going to complete the past tasks. So keep working, keep plodding through, and we'll see, what Ofqual says, and we will just do what we have to do to get you the grades that you deserve, and that's the most important thing. If you stop working now, it could mean that I cannot award you the grade that you actually deserve. So keep going, keep doing this, keep a routine, keep talking to Chris, keep talking to me, ask for help if you need it, send us stuff, whatever you need, we're there for you. We're here for you. We're rooting for you. And just keep working. We miss you. We miss the contact. So stay in contact. All right. Stay safe. Keep your hands clean. And I'll be in contact over the Easter break. And, just keep doing it, folks. See you soon.